Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how I made a DIY chicken feeder based off of several YouTube videos. I had to go back and tweak because some of the videos I watched actually I had a ton of waste with my feed. So I combined several people's ideas and it works great. The other thing that I want to show you is how to make a chicken water that will not freeze in the wintertime, and it holds 30 gallons. Let's start with the chicken feeder. So initially I had both of these sticking out here on the sides and no duct tape here, and this piece was off. I'll show you the video of what it looked like before and what I did to change it. So I'm kind of experimenting. So the bees are absolutely loving the all the wasted chicken feed, which this here was the both sides were like this, and you can see they're just pulling the feed out. It's going all over here. So this over here, I just did this one, and there is, I converted this to this. So what I did is this one out, flipped it the other way, so you can see inside the barrel here. You can see I flipped it the other way. So I created a little lip for this one just to do a trial run. I want to see which one I like better. This one was cheap because it's duct tape and my feeder's inside, so I don't really have to worry about the rain or anything. This one for sure I would use if I had it outside. So this one doesn't have near the waste. The honeybees are sure having a great time on all that feed that was wasted when I did not have this tape in place or this little contraption over here. So I'll link to the videos below of where I initially got the idea. I loved this trash can idea. I already had this metal can, but the guy that kind of came out with the original idea, I believe he's the one with the original idea, had a great point. He's like, you know, it's metal, it'll last forever, the rubber cracks, and you get mice problems. So I already had this, so this is what I went with. And if you go over to, oh goodness, Nature's Way or Nature's Right, he has a great channel, and he uses these 4-inch downspouts on PVC pipe, and I just decided not to go with the PVC. It's way too expensive. I love being able to just fill this up. You can either pour your bucket of, or your bag of feed in here. I buy my feed by the barrel. They deliver a barrel full of feed. And so I just use this Folgers can, and I scoop it out and fill this thing up. And I'm going to convert this side to be more like this side. I just think it's great. It would be best to glue this on and not use a screw, but I was kind of in a hurry and I already had feed in here. So once the feed runs out, I'll go back and use the PVC glue and glue this on for a better fitting and get rid of this. I do have tape on the underside of this just to protect the chicken's combs. Okay, now over to our water. I want to show you, this is what I've had, and it's 12 gallon, works great, but if you're going to have it outside, because it's clear, you're going to get more algae buildup. I do like the fact that I can see how much water is left in it. It's a really nice bucket. Got it from Tractor Supply for $25, I believe. Went over to Walmart and picked this up for $12. It's a 30-gallon trash can. Holds a lot more water, so this one I will use here in the coop. That one out there is going to be used for the meat birds this summer, so it still will still be used. What I did with this trash can is I notched this out here, and I have a heater down in the bottom, and I'll fill this up with water, and the lid will fit on nice and snug because that's notched in. And these little nipples you can buy on Amazon, or you're at your farm store. I just went to Murdochs and picked some up, and I just kind of put them all the way around the edges. So super easy. This is what I used. On the inside here, it gives you instructions on how to use it, what to do. So here's the installation guide. You want to use 11/32 or 5/16 drill bit. I used the 5/16 drill bit. Worked great. And you just kind of have to push them in to get them started just a little bit, and then you start twisting, and I just used a washcloth to make it a little bit easier to twist those in. So, hi Otis. Anyhow, that is how I water and feed my chickens, and I love it. Works great. Just going to have to convert over here. This little 4-inch piece here, this downspout was like $5 at Home Depot, and duct tape, pretty inexpensive, but it doesn't work, so gonna go with this. And if I had this set up in the middle of my coop, then I would probably add 2 more on the other side, but this works great. So one little tip about the trash can, one thing that I changed in how I created the hole is a little different than the original video. So I didn't have a hole saw to drill the initial hole for the 4-inch PVC pipe to fit through that. So what I did is I just took my biggest drill bit that I had, and I drilled a hole, and then I used Tinsnips just like he did after he used the hole saw, and I just clipped around my circle that I had drawn out on the trash can. So if you don't have a hole saw, don't go out and buy one. They're really expensive, pretty pricey. So just use a drill bit and then use your Tinsnips. If you don't have Tinsnips, I highly encourage you just to have some. I have them in my garden bucket. It's just a tool that I always use. I even use the Tinsnip on the hole, or on the little notch that I made for the chicken water. After I put a drill bit through there, and then I just cut through those holes with the Tinsnips. So that's how I made my little notch. So be sure to go over and check out the 2 videos that I linked to below. They are the original creators of these ideas. I just combined their 2 ideas because the original one just didn't work. I went through so much feed. The chickens just peck, they put their heads in and they just peck the feed out and made a big mess, but the bees are loving it. And then the other video it's a great video. I love his channel. Go give him a follow, because if you're a gardener or raise chickens, he has lots of great tips and tricks, and he uses the 4-inch PVC as his feeders, and that just wasn't economical for me, but the 4-inch downspout was just a great tip. And so anyhow, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.